3, 2, 1. Kapow. Yeah, I fucked that up.
How about boom goes the dynamite?
There we go. Boom goes that. There. You count us down and do it.
Now you got me under the pressure. I don't even
Go
know
for
it. 3, 2, boom goes the dynamite. I mean, I guess I don't know.
No, that's good enough.
Okay. Whew.
Do you like Jaime or Whiskey J?
Either or. I mean, it depends. Usually people start off with Jaime, and then like halfway in conversation, they'll call me Whiskey J. Or
Gotcha.
sometimes it's the other way around. So I'm like,
when there's enough alcohol, then
yeah, whatever
you become Whiskey J, right? No, I'll just call you Whiskey J or J.
I'm sober
or
right
Jaime.
now, so you can call me Jaime.
Okay.
You can call me by my government name.
Your slave name?
Slave. I was gonna be. You know what the funny thing is? I was gonna call myself Jaime X.
Jaime X?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why? Why is that?
I was reading Malcolm X one time before doing the podcast. I go, you know what, Jaime X sounds real badass. It sounds really badass to do Jaime X. And this comes like, but you're not black. And I'm like, but that's the joke.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
black.
Yeah.
And he talked him and my wife talked me out of it.
They both sat you down,
Yeah,
and
they're
they're
not
like,
black.
Jaime, you're not black. We can't do that.
Yeah.
They run through your whole ancestry.com, and they're like, you're 2%, but 2% is not enough to be called Jaime X.
So then we went to Whiskey J.
Okay. That was the next best thing.
That was the best thing. I like whiskey. My first name starts with a J. Just kapowie.
You can be Jaime X now because, like Latinx. So.
Oh, fuck no. That's even the worst to do, though.
That's the worst? Do you think so?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
No, because you know what? Maybe because I think we fought so hard not to be labeled, and now we're labeling things. And I'm in that situation now. We're like, wait, what? We fought so hard to be like not labeled, to be respected as individuals, to now like, oh no, I want to be recognized.
How did we fight? What do you mean we fought to be labeled? To not be labeled?
I mean, how can I explain this now without something stupid, I guess now? No. Like I remember when I was growing up, it was always like, either you're Mexican or you're not Mexican.
Uh-huh.
That was conversations ended up quick. Now, but it's either you're Mexican or you're not Mexican. And then it took a while for, I feel like Latinos to unite and be like, no, you don't got to be one or the other. We're just Latinos. We're all supporting each other. We're all this. And I feel that this whole, us going to Latinx is taking a step back because now you're trying to label us. Like, stop. Like, just continue going with the progress we've been doing.
Right.
That's just my way of thinking. People could disagree with it. But I just feel like labeling it.
So you feel like we're going backwards because we're, like you said, we're fighting so long not to be labeled. So we're progressing forward, but we end up labeling ourselves in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because wasn't correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe this is our first Google search about Chicanos not wanting to be called Chicanos because Chico meant like little boy or something.
You get correct on that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a history teacher. He's a substitute history teacher back in the day. I'm old now, but back in the day, and he used to be like, he wouldn't recognize himself as Chicano.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of explained the same thing. And he used to be part of like the Brown Beret.
Oh.
So he was like one of those guys that he kind of said that. So that, I mean, my memory a little bit fucked up because of all the drinking, but I kind of sort of recall
all
that.
the whiskey.
All the whiskey, yeah.
All the whiskey and the, did you find it or?
Oh, yeah. Let me Google it.
Well, first I want to thank you for having me on the show, bro.
Oh, no problem, dude. I was talking to Jose and Chris about this the other day. Oh, by the way, if you haven't already checked, you guys got to go check out Ranting with Ramos podcast. Me, myself, and Chris from the Kickback Podcast LA were on a show, and it's a good one. And if you're not a part of his Patreon, I probably suggest you go and check out just for 1 month, please. Just 1 month.
Check it out.
$3. And you'll get a fucking kick-ass episode. The Patreon episode is really good. It's fun.
I was left wanting more.
Right. At the first one, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what he does. Like we're having like a pretty good conversation. Oh, by the way, I was under 2.5 milliliters of THC, straight concentrate, and you can tell like I did not speak the first like 45 minutes of that episode.
I was like, were you even there?
It felt I was just like, I was just laughing. Yeah, but by the time I want to say like 20 minutes inside the Patreon episode, like I don't know, I was became normal, like a normal human being.
It took that long to get through.
It took that long.
Shit.
Yeah, because I took the drops on my way to the location and didn't feel anything. Got on the freeway, didn't feel anything. When I got there early, like 30 minutes before we started. Waited 30 minutes, nothing. Right when the podcast started, I started feeling it. Boom. And I was exiled inside my brain. Yeah. Like I was just like, they were talking, I was just like, they would talk and I would just look.
I wouldn't be able to tell.
Really?
I didn't. I was like, I like this conversation. I wish I was there. I would have known.
Dude, they were talking like back and forth and I was just like, I was just, yeah.
That always happens though. Like even when I'm there, sometimes I go, I don't know, do I jump in? It's like you're playing hopscotch. You don't want to jump in.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you do, you don't want to fumble the conversation. So I'm like, I'll stay here. I thought that's what you were doing too. Like, okay, he's kind of waiting to come in.
Maybe.
And then when you did though, and it made sense, the ball kept rolling, and then you would step out. Like I noticed the cup in and out, but I didn't. I just contributed because of the conversation they were having.
Gotcha.
That's all. But now that I know the inside, oh shit.
Yeah. Well, we can go with that story.
Yeah,
that sounds a lot better
that sounds better to me.
than being too high on the podcast.
I haven't gone that high yet.
No. What about in ramblings?
No.
Ramblings?
Ramblings. I haven't gone that far.
Okay.
I haven't gone that far where like I'm like literally in my own head, but I'm like physically just smiling like an idiot. Yeah, Mr. Lou, you're right.
Yeah.
Good wine. Not yet.
Not yet.
I do it once in a while, and then my wife doesn't really partake like me doing it as much.
Right.
So whenever I get a chance, I'll do it, but I try to do small, and then gradually as the episode goes. So we do 2.5 hours. So I'll do one in before, maybe one in the first half break, and then maybe at the end just to mellow out, so then I could just knock out.
It's a great podcast, dude.
Thank you.
Like I'm on here telling you, it's a really great podcast. There's not many podcasts that I would just listen to for about 2.5 hours, all the way from start to the end.
I'm actually surprised people actually listen to 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I mean, especially now with like Instagram and TikTok, with just like the smaller spurts of entertainment, like it's hard to keep somebody's attention for that long.
I was told when I first started podcasting, you're crazy. No one's gonna listen to 2.5 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Have they always been 2.5 hours?
Before they used to be 3.
3 hours? 3.5?
I think the longest we ever did, it was 4 hours.
Jeez.
It was 4 hours of just us going and we broke it into 2 parts. Side A, side B.
Yeah.
And it was just like, we just continued going. But that was back then, we didn't give a shit. We just kept talking and talking and talking and talking. And then I think I started listening to it because I would edit it and then put it out. And I started listening to it. I'm like, do people really want to listen to us for 4 hours? And I came up with the answer is no. So I was like, let me cut it to half now. Let me do 2.
Right.
And it just depends on the conversation. If the conversation is like really interesting, it's 2 hours and 15. If I feel it's like we should keep going, 2.5. I think the most we ever did was 3 hours. Then like now in the last 2 years.
3 hours in the past.
2 years is like the longest we've ever gone. Other than that, it's always 2 hours.
Gotcha.
I always try to keep it within that marker because then Escaleta falls asleep. Mr. Lou becomes more belligerent.
Yeah.
I become a little bit more belligerent and louder. And then sooner or later, someone gets into an argument after the show.
Really? Yeah. It's gotten to that point?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I feel like any great band has to be arguing. Any group ensemble has to argue. Right. And it's been notoriously known as Kickback. Chris from Kickback has always exposed this as like, these guys can podcast and then at the end going, fuck you and you. And that's happened. But it's just, that's how we are, Like we insult each other, and then after we continue doing it, it's just sometimes depending on the drinks, you might take it as like, you know what's enough. I already listened to this bull crap for 2 hours. I don't need to listen to you anymore. And that's when like the FU bombs come in and we're arguing. But then like the next minute, all right, I'll see you next Friday. We'll see you next. All right, cool, we're good. And that's it.
Well, it's bound to happen after 5-6 years. I want to say.
Yeah, with Esqueletos, 5 years. With Mr. Lou, we've done it for 2.5.
Oh, okay. So
he came in later on.
I've heard that you've had there was a third guy, right?
Yeah. So
start it.
Yeah. So originally it was supposed to be me and Escalante, or Escaleta, people call him. And then we kept saying, we need a third guy. Like, and he would be like, I think we do. So we invited my other cousin. And he was a big, heavy drinker. And, he's funny when he needs to be. And we invited him in. But it was kind of the wrong time. His mom had just passed away. He wasn't right in the mind.
Right.
And when he came in, he was very emotional. Took a lot of stuff to heart. And the one thing we've kind of always advertised is if you come listen to us, you can't be offended by anything we say. Not for the easy offended. And we kept clashing a lot. And it kept to the point where it was like, this isn't fun anymore. Like every Friday, it's an argument. I have to cut these episodes short. I got to do a lot of editing. I don't want to do this. I don't want to resent you. And, one of the last arguments was something stupid. It never aired. And I kind of told him, I need you out.
Really?
Like, I need you to get out. And he was like, no, I'll calm down. And so that's when we started bringing Mr. Lou in as like, okay, I told him, okay, well, do me a big favor. When you're not emotionally good, don't come to the show. How about that? And that was the agreement. And Mr. Lou would come in as a substitute. And I didn't know that Mr. Lou and TTB Chubbs didn't get along. So it was that resentment that he thought I was replacing him with Mr. Lou. So he sent me this Dear John letter, kind of breaking up with us, breaking up with me. And we always make fun of it. He wished me luck in my future endeavors.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
so like he was quitting a job. He put in his resignation, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God. When he wrote it, was like a 3-paragraph thing. And I go, I got to read this.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Did you read it on the show?
I read it on the fucking show.
Oh God, that's awesome.
And to me, it was like, dude, you had to find the humor in this. And he didn't. He took offense to it. And he didn't talk to me for like a year and a half.
Jeez.
A whole year and a half we didn't talk to each other. Like, and I was like, bro, like, he's like, no, you made fun of me and my emotions. And I'm like, you're just emotionally now right there right now. You'll laugh at this. Watch, we're gonna sit down at a brewery and we're gonna laugh at what you just did. He goes, oh, I told him, call me when you're ready to talk as a human being. And other than that, you're always gonna have a seat here in the table with us. All right, cool. A year and a half he didn't call me until out of the blue he called me on my birthday, wished me happy birthday, and you think we can go have a drink at a bar? And I'm like, dude, I've been waiting for you.
Yeah.
And the first thing we did, we laughed about the letter. And I'm like, bro. And he's like, I know, I wasn't there, man. And he apologized. I apologized because we could have done it a different way. And he was like, can I still have the seat in the table? And I'm like, yeah, if you want. But I think he still didn't feel right coming back, especially because he saw the dynamic that me, Mr. Lou, and Escalante have made. So I would love for him to come back, but I think he sees that the dynamic is just 3 now. A fourth person would just be like,
Right.
So that's the story on that special, on our original guest. Original
dude?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And how long did you know Mr. Lou before he came on?
Mr. Lou's my cousin.
Oh, okay.
All of us are cousins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like the oldest one in the group.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so we're all cousins here. That's even the more fucked up thing when I say we argue and we don't talk to each other. We're all fucking cousins, dude. And no, Mr. Lou, it's always been around. And
yeah. Of course. Okay.
A lot of people don't know that Mr. Lou donated the first microphone to the podcast. Because he's a musician, so he started off with the Blue Yeti. And he kept hearing the show, and he was like, hey, what do you use? And I'm like, I use the desktop microphone. He's like, it sounds shitty. And I'm like, thank you. And he goes, that's not a compliment. He's like, here. I'm like, he goes, use this until you get yourself on your feet and start buying your own microphones. All right, cool. I did, but that was the catalyst of me buying other microphones around that. And then we just did it. And then, like I said, we were having trouble with TTB Chubbs, and I told him, hey, do you mind just stepping in for a day? And a day turned into 2.5 years.
Damn.
Yeah. Now we want him out, but now the fans like him. But the fans fucking like him for some reason now, dude. I'm like, dude, get out.
Are your guys' arguments like on topics that you guys talk about?
Yes.
Okay.
Usually it is because we'll all disagree with something, and I'm very opinionated. Mr. Lou's very opinionated.
I see that.
And sometimes I don't agree with him, and I'll just make a face like, bro, like shut up, like I'll hit my facial expressions. Like if I play poker, I give up my hand right away. My face is just like, shut the fuck up, bro. I'll try to ice burrow him, like try to spear him with something, try to throw a monkey wrench to get him off that. And it won't. Sometimes he's stubborn as a mule. He'll keep going with the same his point of view, and I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like we're not gonna do an hour of this conversation today. Yeah. Like the last episode we did baseball, steroids on baseball. A lot of people don't know. That was an hour conversation with the Kickback Podcast LA about steroids. And I'm like, how did you turn into a conversation that should have lasted 20 minutes into an hour? And he's like, well, I have a very strong stance about steroids on baseball. And I'm like, you do, but the fans don't give a shit about it, bro. And that started an argument, but that was like outside the show. And I'm like, and then at the end, like I said, at the end, we were like, oh, well, so can we agree to disagree that you just need to shut the fuck up? And he'll, tell me to go fuck myself. And I'm like, all right, cool. You want to go get a beer? All right, let's go get a beer.
Yeah.
And that's been the dynamic. And I feel that's kind of like the glue that keeps us together.
Being cousins.
Being cousins, but also being like not taking it too serious with each other. Like he knows, he knows I love him. He knows I joke about it. I respect his opinions. He respects my opinions. And Escalante sits there and respects our opinions as well.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of what helps us out to be that, to bring out the content we're bringing out right now.
Yeah. No, definitely. And especially to go fucking 2.5 hours. I mean, it would be easy to do that, right? Because of just the dynamic that both of you guys have.
Yeah. We and Escalante have tried to do it ourselves, and the farthest we can reach is an hour. We've tried it, like we can only do an hour.
Do you usually have like other guests besides? Do you have 4 usually on?
Yeah, we have our one of our closest friends, Gary, and we call him Gary Merchant, off a famous sports analyst on HBO, Larry Merchant. So he's on and off. Kickback, Chris from Kickback is always coming on. Chris. Who else we got?
Have you had Jose on?
I want to, but you know what it is? I want to, and I want to have him on. But after the conversation of an hour something on steroids, I can just imagine the conversation that Ramos is gonna have with Mr. Lou, because Mr. Lou is very opinionated,
right? And
if he doesn't believe a conspiracy and he doesn't think the conspiracy has any substance, he's gonna call you out on it and he's gonna fucking ram you until you submit. And even if you don't submit, he still continues. And we're like, bro, like, not every conversation you gotta be right. And not every time you're gonna turn someone into like, you know what, you changed my mind. Like he'll keep telling you going. And I feel that would be a conversation that, like, dude, come on, I'd be embarrassed to have him on just for that. Like I've been waiting for Mr. Lou to take a day off so I can call Ramos like, hey, you want to come on the show? So it could just be me, Escalante, and Ranting Ramos.
Does Mr. Lou know that?
I think he suspects, and after this episode, he'll know now.
But you know what, Jose, when Gill told me that Jose was coming on, and about like the conspiracies, I'm very like, there has to be something behind everything, right? Like something concrete. So I told Gill, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep my mouth shut or not say anything, things like that. But Jose's a really cool guy.
No,
he has his ideas and his things, but I feel like he also respects, who he's talking to. So maybe it won't.
I think he presents the information, and if it's there, I mean, whether the other party believes it or not, it won't change his mind, because he's already, I mean, I'm suspecting that he's already fixed it, that, okay, I'm going to look at this as truth, whether somebody believes it or not. And he's expressed that before.
No, yeah, I completely agree. I have nothing against having him on. It's just Mr. Lou. It's Mr. Lou. Like, he won't let that go. He's like a pit bull.
Really?
Like, he will not let it go. You've heard the shows.
I've suspected that, because I put in a question, I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago, about, I think I asked, have you guys done the show with no alcohol, but purely on weed, just being on weed? What kind of show would that be? And what did he say? He was like, I don't do drugs. And that was it. Like, I don't do drugs, and I don't know. Like, that's how I felt. Like, it came out was like, I don't do drugs, so it won't happen anyways. But you know what I mean? Like, I wanted for you guys to explore that with,
I'm
with
open to
some imagination in it, maybe. But yeah, I mean, I seen that he was just like, nah, I don't do drugs, and I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, he has his thing about it. I don't know why. Like, one of the episodes we smoked out, and he was just like coughing, like we were like blowing smoke in his face.
Gotcha.
We were like,
well, he doesn't really.
We're like 10 feet away from
partake,
him.
right?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a contact high." I'm like, "No, you're not. Shut up. shut the fuck up. You're not gonna get a high, dude." Or like we would do edibles.
Yeah.
I don't want any. I'm like, we know where you stand on drugs, asshole. Like, you don't gotta worry about this. This is for me. This is for
right.
Daddy. Don't worry about this. And he's like, and he's expressed the reason why, because he grew up during the 80s and 90s when he would do all the like Hollywood band stuff, and he witnessed all this stuff apparently. So I think that's traumatized him. Even though he says he won't, but he just says, I've seen too many people fall to drugs. And
but even on marijuana, like even on THC,
it's a gateway drug.
No,
he won't say that, but I always feel that's his thing.
It's scientifically proven that it's. I mean, there's proof that it's not. It's not a gateway drug.
Drug addiction's a mental thing.
Absolutely,
I think it's a mental thing. Like I've tried weed.
It's both.
I've done coke. I've done a couple of things here and there. I'm not proud of doing, but I've done it and I'm not addicted to it. I feel like you got to be strong willed, and some people are not. And I think that's how you when you grow dependent on one thing, that's an addiction. And I can function without having to drink whiskey today. I don't drink. The funny thing is that people don't believe me. I don't drink until Friday.
Okay.
And then Saturday, Sundays, I don't drink sometimes. Unless I think I have to do a podcast or event, I don't drink.
What about a beer like at a dinner?
No.
No?
Yeah, I don't drink.
Is that just like
that's just my
your solid routine? You don't drink during the week, just on Friday all the way to Sunday.
No, like I said, if I came here and you offered me a beer, like I'd probably take it. But I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna partake in it like
okay.
Like feel like I'm not forced to do it. To me, like I know when I grew up, my dad every day, 12-pack of beer had to be at the house all the time. That's him. That to me, that's a dependency. You grew literally. You couldn't function. You couldn't eat dinner or go to bed without having a pound of 12-pack. That's an addiction.
Right.
I can go 4 days, 5 days without having a drink. I don't need it. I can still function. I can still do a podcast without it. Is it fun to drink? Yeah, that's why I do it, for fun. But with Mr. Lou, I think with weed, it's to him, it's like, if I do weed, it's gonna lead into sucking dick in the corner somewhere. I don't know. I'm gonna be like fiending for another. I'm gonna be fiending for another edible or somewhere. Like, dude.
It sounds like all Latina moms watching Primer Impacto.
Yeah.
Like.
And the funny thing, Escalante smokes weed with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. Me and Escalante's the one that got me into weed.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, dude, like your brother does it, because they're brothers.
Okay. So they're brothers. And okay, all right. I'm learning a lot here today.
You're learning the family tree of Ramble right here.
Awesome.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I think he's very close-minded about it. I think if he were ever to do it in a safe environment, I think he might change his mind. But he's so stuck in those ways, he's not going to change.
So he wouldn't try mushrooms or anything like that?
Fuck no. Unless you like literally put it in his food.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that could be arranged.
I can't have anything. I have no involvement in this, though. I'll let you do it, but I have no involvement.
No, I would never do that to anybody ever.
Really? You want like microdose them? Like, bam.
No, and then plus, I don't even think that we're having this conversation today. Even the smallest mushroom that you would give to somebody, it wouldn't do anything to them. At least for me, I don't think right away. But yeah, like I don't think so. LSD, on the other hand, yes. But not a little cap of mushroom. That wouldn't do anything.
I've been tempted to do that one.
Really?
Yeah, like mushrooms and that LSD.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I've always been the belief. I can't say I don't like it if I haven't tried it.
Right.
And usually that bites me in the ass when I say it to somebody. But it does. It does. Like, because like, what? So you've sucked dick? No, but I'm not gonna say. But I'm not gonna convert you not to do it. If you want to do it, go right ahead and do it. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm not gonna do it.
What if it was like really good? Like if there was just a salesman about sucking dick and he's just grilling you about sucking dick and telling you about how great it is and the benefits and the everything of it. The benefits. Your teeth are clean because it's like brushing your teeth twice during the day, maybe even 3 times. How many dicks you put in your mouth a day? Clears your throat.
You're selling me right now. You sold me on it now, bro.
He's the #1 salesman.
I see. Oh my God, you sold me on this. Tell me more on the benefits of sucking dick, sir. Oh my God.
All the activities, but no, I mean LSD is. Have you tried? Okay, so you said cocaine. What about like MDMA, ecstasy?
I've tried ecstasy.
Okay, it's similar to that.
Okay.
I mean, they meaning scientists and other drug researchers say that they like to categorize MDMA and ecstasy in the psychedelic category with mushrooms and LSD.
I felt really good. I tried it when I was 19.
They're actually doing studies now with ketamine, and I've tried ketamine before, and that's usually like that it's in the same realm of ecstasy and all those party drugs.
I gotta try that. Like I said, I didn't even know I took ecstasy.
Really? You didn't?
No. So I was at a house party.
Okay.
And one of my friends was like, "Hey, take this," and I'm like, "What is that?" He goes, "Just take it." I'm like, "I'm dumb as I took it."
So it was in a pill form?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was like, "Just take it." I'm like, "Oh, cool." Took it, and I'm like, "What is it?" He goes, "It's aspirin." I'm like, "All right." That shit kicked in for me, and I'm like sweating, but I'm drinking beer and water.
Really?
And I'm like dancing and feeling like, oh, I feel really good. It's aspirin. You told me it's a strong aspirin. All right, cool. I didn't find out until like later on, then after the party, and then he's like, "Hey, so how'd you like it?" I'm like, "What? How'd you like ecstasy?" I'm like, "You told me it was aspirin." He goes, "I know if I told you if it was ecstasy, you wouldn't take it." And I'm like, "Felt pretty good." He goes, "That was just half."
Damn.
And I'm like, "Hey, would you do it again?" And I'm like, "Yeah, probably." Never did it again. Never did it again. It was a one-time thing.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that people, they take like one thing, and if they like it, cool. I mean, will it come around again? Maybe, but it's not like you become addicted to it right away.
Yeah, so I was like, oh no, I haven't done it since that. When I was 19. I'm 35 now. I haven't done it since.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like I said, like I told Chris with Kickback, I didn't smoke weed. Last time I smoked physical weed was in 2005. I didn't smoke until last year at his garage.
Really?
Yeah, and then edibles started
on the podcast or after.
I think it was after. Like just everyone's like, hey, just chill out. Pulled out a blunt, and I'm like, yeah, I'll hit that. Damn. Hadn't hit it in a while. Baby lungs and everything, coughing it out there. This is before COVID. Oh, don't worry about that. Before COVID, and that was it. And after that, I kind of liked the feeling, and I'm getting older. My besides being a podcaster, my regular job, I'm getting beat up. My hands, my knees. So that's why I started looking into like edibles and all that THC stuff. The rubbing cream, all that crap. I started looking into it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start doing it because I do see the benefits of doing that, all that stuff. Like I said, I'll do edibles before a podcast just to like mellow out there an episode, and I'll do one at the end of the night just to go to bed. And it's just sporadically. Like maybe I'll do. I think the last one I did was last month.
Oh, okay.
I probably won't do it again probably until like maybe the end of this week or maybe next month. I don't know.
I gave Yuli a 100 milligram edible, and I don't know if he took it. I don't think so.
I don't think so. You would have bragged about it.
Yeah? He would have bragged about it.
Hey, guys.
Because he did kick back on Friday, before the day before he left, or was it Thursday?
Thursday.
And then we did MB on Friday.
Okay.
And that's when I gave it to him, right? So it was Friday. He spent another day in LA on Saturday, and then he left on Sunday, right? Correct. If my memory is
right?
Yeah. So I don't know. And he would have told me about it.
He told me like, hey, I had a bad trip. I bet you it's in his bag.
It was a lot. It was I told him, dude, don't take maybe I scared him. I think I scared him. I gave it to him. I was like, dude, just take half of this. Maybe even a quarter would be good. It was strong. Like it was very strong. It tastes weird. It tastes like chemicals and stuff.
Bet you like it's still in his bag.
Think so? Think he took it on the plane with him?
I would.
Yeah?
It's just don't worry about that.
It's just it's just Texas.
Yeah, they don't care.
Well, you have to be as long as he doesn't 21, right?
As long as he doesn't have an aborted baby in his bag, he's fine to walk in anywhere, dude.
To Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas is fine. If he goes to Oklahoma, he's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's okay, Texas, down south.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Guns and drugs are fine. Aborted baby's different. I'm just saying.
Oh, my God. How long have you known Yuli for?
He's
a pretty big fan, right? Yuli, shout out.
Well, I mean, he gets mad because I don't call him a super fan. But he's been a fan probably for the last year or two.
Really?
And it just became to the point where, like, we would just talk DM. And they was like, hey, do you mind going on my show? And I'm like, yeah, you mind doing my show? And it's been great. Me and him always DM each other.
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't send him my number. Like, I don't give my number too much out to other podcasters.
Okay.
But he's one of the few I should give my number to because, like, hey, hit me up. Because me and him shoot the shit all the time. Like, I actually believe we could probably do an episode of all the voice messages we send each other on Instagram.
Really?
We just talk shit to each other. Or we're like, hey, what are you doing tonight? And I'm like, nothing, just making another podcast. What about you? And I go, oh, wait, you're a roadcaster, bro, right? And it is just like, and he'll just chew me out, being like, "You're a dick," you know how much that means to me. And I'm like, "My bad, I'm too busy making money."
That's crazy, but that's just crazy how that happened. Like we were supposed to, and I was on that. Like I was supposed to be part of that.
I remember that.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be like my like meeting you guys for the first time, meeting Chris. Jose was on it too. I think Double A.
Yeah, he had a good
Driscoll
ensemble.
Kid. There was a lot. There's like, I'm gonna be overstimulated on this episode. Like I was gonna, am I gonna have some time into, but I mean, when he told me about that, he told all of us about his roadcaster.
I was scratching my head for a minute. I'm like,
how does that happen?
Like, what kind of electrical stuff you got that just short? I'm like, whoa.
But it's Texas.
Yeah.
They have their own power grid.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, like I said, when he said it was Texas, I go, oh, never mind. He lives in Texas. Okay, that makes sense.
Houston. That was pretty funny, by the way. Dude, so I was reading your kids. You have very funny, just funny episode titles.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what is this? Like, how? Like, I wouldn't even know how to even pronounce it until you guys started talking about it on the show.
Houston and Chill.
Yeah.
Like I said, it all started up because of a video game in New York, and it's actually true. I've been to New York, and they pronounce everything a little different. So when Inside the North, with Yuli, started doing all this stuff, and we're like, and Escalante was just like, he's from Houston, dude, and I'm like, you're right, he is from Houston. That's how he just started, and he took it a little bit not personal, but he's just taking it as like, well, come on, pronounce it right. I'm like, yeah, do we really have to though?
Houston and Chill.
Yeah,
he doesn't look like a person from Texas at all.
I don't.
Now that I look at him, I think because he didn't have his hair down. If he had his hair down, like not in the man bun, I think he would look like he's from Texas.
I thought he was Samoan.
Did you really?
No, I didn't.
No.
I'm throwing at ethnicity. I would say you looked Asian for me.
I look Asian. I look Filipino, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were.
Really?
Like he's Filipino. I mean, I'm not Filipino, but you.
I made wrong camera.
Yeah.
I like which one?
There you go.
There we are. There he is. There's a Asian dude. No, I'm Hispanic of Mexican descent, indigenous Mexican descent. No, but yeah, he doesn't look like from Texas at all.
He doesn't act like a Texan. Like, I mean, I was out there for like 2 weeks, and like the attitude's just different out there compared to what he puts out.
I think because he listens to a lot of LA podcasts that it's just like everybody's rubbing off on him.
He heavily influenced by that.
I think so.
I got that right away.
I think so.
Yeah.
That I think that could
what
be.
Did you guys want him to come in boots and a hat or what?
Yeah, boots.
John fucking Wayne, dude.
He doesn't
I'm in I'm in LA, podcasters. That's why I wanted him to come in fucking boots, the belt buckle, tight, really tight, maybe not that tight because of his structure, tight jeans. Maybe a Western shirt, like a red and white Western shirt tucked in, belt buckle that has the shape of Texas on it, and a 10-gallon hat. Maybe, I don't know.
I was expecting him to wear Wrangler jeans, some boots,
yes,
and a T-shirt that said 1997 4th of July shirt. That's all shit, and a fanny pack to the side right here. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah. And some New Balance, some white New Balance.
Beat up,
with the
10-gallon hat.
With the 10. Okay.
That's what I was expecting.
Julie, that's what we're expecting. So please make it happen.
Yeah.
Dude.
At least for Halloween. Dress like a Texan for Halloween. That's what I'm saying. Just dress like
at least our rendition of a Texan.
Now, knowing him, he'll be like, well, our rendition of a Californian is this. And then...
Well, okay, so what is this now?
Oh, that's the original conversation we had.
Okay. Call him. Who is it?
It's not popping up what I really put on there. I don't know what.
Okay. I was like, wait, this is originally what we talked about like 30 minutes ago, right? About Chicano.
Oh. I'll go put it back. It's fine. We got to drop some knowledge.
That's right.
Call him. Who is a Chicano? And what is it the Chicanos want? A Chicano is a Mexican American with a non-Anglo image of himself. So it's pretty much it's a subjective opinion of oneself, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I think what you guys were talking about earlier about like Chicanos not wanting to be called Chicanos was more Mexican. So like first like people that had just crossed the border. That's what I was looking at. Look.
Oh,
I don't know why.
that's Yuli right there, dude.
Delayed.
So that's Yuli. That is Yuli right there. I expect that.
That's what I was trying to show you guys, not the other one. I don't know why it got stuck.
Let's drop knowledge on how Texas should look like.
Yes. Okay. So if you're from Texas and if you don't look like that, are you actually from Texas? No, you're not. If you don't look like this, absolutely not. But are these chaps? Are they assless chaps? Or are they just chaps?
I want to say assless.
You think so? We can go far and do that.
Assless.
Let's get him a list. Let's get a list of all the things he needs and send it to them. Or we can just get a box ready and ship it out to him.
I think so. I think we can pull that off. We can go to Tres Hermanos. We can go get that from. Yeah, no, we got you.
We got you, Yuli.
Got you, bro. Don't even worry about that.
We can set up a GoFundMe account for.
I literally was about to say that.
Yeah,
Sorry,
GoFundMe account for Yuli to be a better Texan.
Not just any type of Houston Texan.
A Houston Texan,
Yeah, that's how
right?
you know, Houston. See, look, you can pull that off right there.
Absolutely.
The jacket with the jeans and the black boots and the belt buckle that is trying to compensate for his small dick. Everything's right there. Like
It's on there.
I like
dude,
this one. This
Oh
one. This
yeah,
is my favorite.
I like that. That's
Dude.
my favorite one.
I might fall in love with that. Might fall in love straight up.
Go to the blue, the pink one. I want to see him in the pink.
Yeah.
It's red.
Can we see? Is that red?
It's red. Oh, I
Jesus.
see some
Is he wearing
There we go.
skinny jeans?
Yeah,
It looks like he's wearing skinny jeans.
yeah. Those look striped, actually.
See?
Okay. Oh yeah, dude, that's Yuli.
That is him.
That's him.
Oh my gosh.
That's him, dude.
Into the butt here.
Dude, that is him right there.
This is what I imagined, right here.
Like him showing up to the studio here.
Yes, that's what I want. That's yes.
Instead, he showed up in cargo shorts,
cargo
and Vans and
shorts,
the shirt.
an Astro jersey, and
Fuck
yeah,
Astros.
yeah. I mean, he could have got a perm. At least get a perm before coming into the studio,
Get a
please.
perm?
Jeez, yeah, the guy had a perm.
Can you put the perm up again? Let me see.
Yeah.
It goes.
Check it out. Yeah,
It goes really well.
He could have got the perm. He literally could have got the perm. Yep.
It ties it. Then the belt buckle, the skinny jeans, the striped skinny jeans.
He can pull this off.
He can.
I think he can pull this. I believe in him. I believe in him right now.
We believe in you.
Yeah, look, instead of buying the new Roadcaster, why don't you put your money into buying this stuff here, bro? How about that? How about you do that, man? I know you're itching to come back, though, but and you need to redo that image. I think this is the perfect way to do it.
You're rebranding.
Yeah,
This is
rebranding.
This is Yuli 2.0,
Here we go with that.
right?
Look, with the hat, badass.
Send them this link. We have to save this link, and we're gonna put this link down in the show description. And you're listening and you're watching on YouTube, so
Yeah.
Yuli, go down to the link right now. You can put it on pause. Go down to the link and purchase this right now,
And
please.
add it to your cart. Add it to your cart.
Add it to your cart. Might as well. You're doing it. Just it's fine. Just buy it now, and we'll somehow send you the GoFundMe money. Maybe I don't know. We'll see.
No.
For $1 a day.
$1 a day. Yeah, that's all you need.
How much is the shirt actually? Let's check how much
It's
the shirt.
$100.
Yeah, he can afford that. He can afford that. He can afford that. No, he can afford that. All right, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, if you pay, he literally did a week trip out. You can afford that.
If you did a commercial for $1 a day, how would it be? How would it go? Jaime. Let's
You're in the spot.
what do you call it? The Rambling Theater? What is it?
The Rambo Army.
No, well, the Rambling. You said you guys do like funny like skits. You guys do funny skits
Yeah.
in the podcast, but you call it a certain.
Oh, Ramble Theater.
Ramble Theater.
Ramble
There we
Theater,
go.
right,
Come on,
right,
Ramble Theater. Give us an example of Ramble Theater. $1 a day for Yuli to purchase his Texas get up. How would it
Put
be?
the image too, so.
I know. Thank you for motivating me.
Put it. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a podcaster in Houston who's looking to spruce up his new image, branded, let's just call it. He's trying to rebrand himself. You, the listener, $1 a day could help him rebrand himself to look more Texan, even though he is from Texas. But $1 a day would pay for that nasty ass shirt he's gonna wear. $1 a day would wear those skinny jeans that he's gonna have to suck it up to get into. $1 a day would help him wear the fake lizard boots he's probably gonna buy. $1 a day will help him and help us have a good day's laugh. So, Patreonic listeners, go ahead, hit the link in the bio. $1 a day.
There we go.
It's Ramble Thing.
All right. There,
I
that
just
was
donated
snaps.
10.
Snaps.
Oh,
They're snaps.
hey, dude, I saw
Snaps.
that you do the whole like open mic stuff.
I do.
That's crazy. Like, I really want to go to one of those shows you got.
They're fun. They're fun. We don't have a date yet, right, Amber?
No, but it's gonna be like towards the end of the month. So.
Oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Yeah, straight up. Bring all the guys.
Hell yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna start trying to doing it once a month, right?
dude. That's what made you want to do that. Like,
The coordinator's right there behind that screen. So, we did it twice a few months ago. Or we did it
Last
3
year-
times, right?
Last year we did it, so this will be our 3rd time. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, we did it 3 times. This actually was my first time actually hosting the event.
okay.
Yeah, so we set up the stage. We had a photographer and everything. I hosted it. We gathered all the artists and stuff. It was really cool.
No, from what I saw that you were posting on Instagram a little bit here and there,
Yeah.
it looked really cool. And then I heard you guys talk on the last episode with your guest. The name just fucking falls off.
Alejandro.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was like,
Ceramic Turtle.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say turtle wax. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I'm not making fun of him. But I know turtle, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I want to go.
It's cool.
And I told my wife, she's like, I'm open to that. I want to go. And I know if I go, then the boys are gonna want to go.
It's fun.
So I was like, oh, yeah, let's do it. And if the boys want to go, that means I gotta tell Mr. Lou about it. And then if Mr. Lou goes, he's gonna take his guitar and just be like, I didn't rehearse for this. No. And like, nobody wants you here, but shh, no. I'll do a song.
The guy at the door, he's gonna be like, "Okay, you're an artist. What's your name?" I was like, "Oh no, I'm not here to perform." Are you sure you're not here to perform? Well, we got an open spot. We're fine. You're good.
If you insist, though. If
Yeah.
you insist.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're good. You'd be
a douche about that. I don't know. I know him. He'd have it in the pickup truck ready to go.
Does he perform though?
He hasn't performed since 2017, 2016.
Okay.
Okay,
I've been trying to get him.
Go.
I've been trying to get him to like. Technically, I'm his like unpaid manager,
Okay.
and I've been trying to like, dude, we gotta get you on stage again, perform. I know the Rambo Army would go out there, and he was like, yeah. But I don't know what's holding him from doing it.
And he's played music for a very long time, right?
Yeah.
I'm just hearing from the podcast that he's
He's done it for a good long time.
yeah. And he has his own. He produced his own album and stuff. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so I mean, my thing the next stage of like, all right, you already have 2 good albums out, is for you to at least play it for everyone to.
As his unofficial manager, unpaid manager,
I'm getting paid.
you're getting paid. Okay, all right. As his
Just
paid
sign him
manager.
up. Sign him up, and once
There we
he
go.
gets-
Yeah,
Should I just secretly
That-
sign him up? Like,
yes,
hey,
absolutely. Hey, bro, we're gonna come check out this coffee shop in Paramount.
let's do it.
Bring your guitar. Don't ask questions. Just bring your guitar on, and we'll get you up
No,
there.
if I tell him I'm gonna do a photo shoot, like, hey, we're gonna do.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I paid a
perfect.
photographer. We're gonna do a photo
Yeah.
shoot in Paramount. Like, just bring your guitar. Like, which one of the like? I'm gonna tell him like, out of the 3 songs, which ones you can play in those guitars you got? That one. Then bring that one with you, and we're gonna just go. Take these pictures. I paid a photographer, bro. Top dollar for all the money I'm literally gouging you right now as your manager. I'm the colonel. Like, if you guys watch the Elvis movie, I'm actually the fucking colonel. Well, that's what he calls me. So
Yeah, absolutely. No, come by. We have a fucking great time.
oh, for sure.
It's always a great time.
Even if he doesn't show up, I'll still go.
We meet great people. I've met 2 artists there that have done Mind Buzz. So we had Tamara LaShawn. She's a very long time friend of mine, and Alejandro, or Ceramic Turtle.
Nice.
Yeah,
So is this
Good stuff.
So it's something you guys are gonna move forward to keep doing it like once a month here and there.
absolutely.
And then it snowballs into like doing it like twice a month.
If the venue lets us, right?
The venue. Yeah.
It's all about the venue.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's something that we started. My family owns that coffee shop.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool, cool.
yeah, and it's just something that we do for the community, and it's nice because we have all the local talent kind of come out.
Nice.
There's a lot of people that it's their first time; they never performed in front of people, and it's a really really nice ambiance, and
Yeah.
everyone's really respectful, and it's fun.
Yeah, lots of first timers. We've had more comics more comics in the past than we've had this past one. But we're also going to do a comedy night. I'm not hosting that one, but I'll be setting up the stage for that one.
Why don't you host? You already host the show.
Maybe in-house because it's not my production. So maybe if we ever do an in-house, right?
Yeah.
If we ever do it in-house. Yeah.
Nice.
You guys should come. It's going to be on the 23rd. It's a free comedy night. About 6 or 7 comedians are coming out.
6 or 7? It's good.
Damn, that's not bad. Yeah, show me the info. I'm done.
23rd September. So all you all listening.
I was going to say, is this tomorrow? I don't know if I can do tomorrow.
No. September 23rd.
Okay, no, yeah, I got you. No, yeah, send me the link. I'm always down.
Yeah.
I'm always down to support. I'm always down to go check out stuff and
yeah, it's really fun.
check it out.
It's good stuff, yeah. And I heard that you guys want to do a live show.
They're trying to like talk me into that. I'm always like drunk enough, like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And then I listen to it like, no, we're not.
How would you do it? Would you do like mics, everything? Would you do like a 'cause I think about this all the time. Would you do like everybody's like on a speaker so that way everybody's hears you guys coming out of the speaker?
That's what he wants to do, like that.
Or everybody with headphones kind of like in a quiet.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
I know.
No, he would do speakers. I mean, the way
That'd be a lot of splitters.
Yeah.
I've done the math on it, and
it'd be a lot, right?
It'd be a lot.
So I mean,
it's doable though.
Mr. Lou wants to do it, and I know he's been trying to talk me into do it. Escalante will just do whatever, you know. If we say we're gonna do it this day, we'll do it that day, and he'll show up. But I don't know. I think every time I think of like live shows, I'm influenced by Kevin Smith.
Okay.
So I loved Hollywood Babylon. Like before I did podcasting, every Friday I was at the Hollywood Improv.
I heard about that. Yeah.
So I would see the way you do it, and I think about it now, and maybe I'm growing the idea in my head now because I'm starting to rewatch some old episodes on YouTube about it, and I'm like, well, I think I can do that. I mean, these guys do it in front of like.
Can you look that up, Amber? Because I've never seen that ever in my life. No.
Yeah, they do it in the Improv of Hollywood Babylon, and they do it around like 100 people.
Oh.
100, 200 people max.
Mm-hmm.
I think they used to be on this little building up in Hollywood. They did 80.
Wow.
And they would sell the crap out of it. So I'm like, I can do that. I think I can do that. I don't know. Maybe
you can. I think so.
And so I'm like, okay, you know, we'll do a small venue, and from there we'll see. Maybe like every other month we'll do it. But I'm trying to like talk myself into it, and by talking myself into it, I'm like literally looking at Hollywood Babylon and going, okay, if Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman can do it, then I can do it. And I know,
absolutely.
And I know other podcasts have been doing it, and I know Chicano Shuffle does it.
Oh, really?
They've done it. They've done 2 already live shows, you know, in front of an audience. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Like I said, I'm talking myself into
in front of an audience too. Okay.
Yeah. Huh. Now going live, no, I can probably do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that already with Whittier Fight Club.
Okay.
So is it this? what?
Oh, that's Facebook.
No, that's
go to YouTube.
Yeah, could put Kevin Smith Hollywood Babylon.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
the hell was that?
I don't know. That was
I put it in.
That's somebody. But no, we've done the whole like being live. We use what's that stupid frog thing? It's like
you said Babylon. I thought like Babylon, like.
Oh, like the biblical sense of Babylon. No.
I typed in Babylon.
Honestly, I was thinking the same thing too.
That's cool. A lot of people do.
Babylon.
But we've done the Whittier Fight Club in front of like people that tune in on
cool.
on YouTube, and they'll comment with us.
Streamlab.
Yeah.
Is that what it's? No, not Streamlab. That's something else.
Something frog. No, it's like a frog. No, a duck. The duck. It's a duck. Trying to remember the
StreamYard.
Yes, I use that one. I've been trying to get into the OBS.
Dude, this is.
I'm watching it. I'm probably gonna pick your brain after the show.
Do it.
And I want to do it because StreamYard charges me just to get it on HD. They charge me like around $50.
No, this is probably the best. We won't geek out right now, but
we'll geek out after for sure.
Yeah.
I'll pick your brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like we've done those shows, and those have been a hit on our YouTube channel. People just tune in and watch our live thing. We just did that one 2 weeks ago for a fight.
Okay.
And we know like just a little table, you know, have some drinks, and that was funny because one of our hosts, he's new to podcasting, doesn't know not etiquette, but like I don't know, he's like, yeah, I brought some watermelon, and I'm like, I've never had watermelon in a podcast. It'll be great. All right, cool. So like midway through the show, he's like, I want a watermelon. And he pulls the watermelon out of the fridge, puts it on the middle of the table. And then he's like, I'll be back. Comes back with the butcher knife, like a little.
Oh, that's awesome.
And starts slicing it on the table. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? We're on a podcast. Like, we're live. And he's like, it's really good watermelon. Want some? And I'm like, yeah, but we're actually live. Like, there's a camera right there looking at us right now. And my brother and my cousin were like, "Yeah, I'll take one too." And I'm like, "Guys, what the hell?"
Yeah.
Literally, we ate watermelons watching the fight.
That's fucking cool.
And it's funny because one of the people commented like, "Hey, that was like the funniest thing. Like, I like that skit." And I'm thinking, it wasn't a skit. Like, that just was spontaneous. It wasn't meant to be done like that, but it happened.
Is this it right here?
Yeah, they do a little commercial beforehand. And if you want to fast forward, like a good 5 minutes probably total. And
Gotcha.
yeah, see, and they're on stage, in the middle of the stage in the Hollywood Improv, and they have almost like around 6 tables, and they seat like around 10, 12 people.
And it's all speakers.
Yeah.
The audio is.
So they got 2 here and they got 2 in the back, and then of course the front row hears everything. But everyone, it literally fills up the whole room.
Oh man!
And then the main camera's like right there with the producer. They just stand right there.
How many cameras do you think they used for that?
1.
Oh,
okay. I've seen one, and if you watch it, it's just right there, and that person will zoom in, zoom out in their face, and that's about it. As long as their logo is shown and they're both shown there, that's as far as it goes. Besides, when Kevin Smith pulls out of his phone and records something, then they'll do a quick cut into his phone, which I think is pretty good editing. Yeah, I can't even do that.
Yeah. Well, that we'll geek out after, because that is, you can do that on OBS.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And it will show up just like YouTube is showing up, but it'll show your phone too, and you can show YouTube and your phone simultaneously.
Not bad. I'm gonna try. Like I said, when I decided to go into YouTube Live, I was like, how do I do this? How do I go about it? And I think someone just decided to do StreamYard. Okay, cool. I did it. I just don't like the fact that I got to pay just to get better quality out of the video. And I'm like, no, come on. Like, really? I got to pay for better quality on video? And someone told me about OBS. So I haven't really looked into it, done the studies, read into it, and goddamn, I'm stumbling about doing it. And when I saw it, I'm like, oh, perfect person to ask.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather hear from someone that's actually done it and used it than have to read it somewhere from someone that I don't know.
I've used it for just about 2.5 years. I think I ran 6 months not using it, and then I just stumbled across YouTube videos about it, and I've kept it like on the back burner. I was like, okay, I'll learn that. But like once I learned it, it was just like, this is it. Like I can't do anything else but this.
No, for sure, I'm not using it now.
Yeah,
because that's kind of where we're moving towards now, because we're doing the YouTube thing live for the fights, for like any type of combat sports, and then moving into Patreon. I want to start doing video podcasting. So like Rabbi Alcoholics is going to try to go video.
Really?
In the next couple months.
Oh, that's
something we're going to do.
Sweet.
It's going to be on Patreon. So like people
so the video is going to be on Patreon along with the audio, but the free, what is Jose called, the free feed?
The free feed
is going to be audio only.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good, that's good marketing.
It is, because I looked at it, we've always had people going, I want to know what's going on when you guys are doing it, especially because if you get people, because I want to picture, I can always picture what you guys are doing when I listen to the show, and I'm like, it's nothing what you think. It's usually me in short shorts and a tank top with the microphone and some banquet and Escalante falling asleep.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Lou.
Oh, I want to see that so bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you want to pay a Patreon fee for that 1 month just to watch it? Right. And then Mr. Lou putting his feet on the table, and I'm like, bro, really? Like, take off your shoes.
And I'm 1 month Gill now. I'm just gonna do 1 month for a couple of episodes, and then I'm just gonna cancel it.
Yeah, so that's what we're planning to do, like in the next couple months.
And then people don't do that. I'm just that's me. That's me. Don't be a follower.
Oh, I do the same thing. Yeah. I subscribe for 1 month, and I'm out.
just the episode that you're on, right? And you're like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I went on Ranting with Ramos, like I subscribed, and then I unsubscribed. Like I'm not on them anymore. Like wait, now I'm gonna subscribe just to listen to your guys' episode, and then I'm gonna try to hope if I can hop in for that time period that I have.
There we go.
Month. Yeah,
hey, you gotta save money, right?
Yeah, and I'm out again,
dude. Like I told him, I was like, dude, I have to. The reason why I haven't been on your Patreon is because I have to save the money. Because I have to feed him. Now that after that episode, I have to feed the guy before he comes to do the show. So I'm glad. Did you eat before coming here?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Perfect guest. please. I was gonna text you actually. I was gonna tell you, hey, bro, just eat before you get here, please. Eat twice before you get here. If you plan on bringing some beers or something, just
No, the funny thing is, I'm like, should I bring beer? I'm like, no, that's so freaking stereotypical. People think, oh, he's an alcoholic. He's gotten drunk in this episode. I want to do an episode when I'm not drunk.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not drunk.
Yeah, I was like, no, I want to do a sober episode.
I like it.
And I'm like, I want to just conversate, just ramble. Sober, though.
Ramble sober.
Plus, my wife told me I couldn't do that. She's like, no, and I told her, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a podcast. Oh, cool. And I'm like, what time? Oh, it's 7. Oh, okay, cool. And then I left the house, and we have the ring. She goes, where are you going? I'm like, go do a podcast. But I thought you were doing it at home. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, we said I told you. I'm leaving. She's like, you better not go buy beer. I'm like, no, I'm not buying beer, babe. No, don't buy whiskey either. And I'm like, I'm not going to drink tonight. She goes, you said that last time and you show up drunk and you smell like beer or whiskey.
Damn. Okay.
And I'm like, no, I'm not going to drink. So.
You guys didn't have an episode today. I mean, not today. This week, you guys didn't.
No, we
didn't have one.
We left for Mr. Lou was in New York,
right?
And me and Escalante was supposed to go to TJ last weekend, but everything, all that, mayhem out there, we decided not to go, so we rented a house. So Escalante came out with the idea, why are we gonna rent a big ass house? Because it was like a 5-bedroom, 5-bath house. Why are we gonna rent it for one night? How about we go Friday, Saturday, and then come back Sunday? And I'm like, genius, let's fucking do it then. So we got it, and then I know that he was like, well, we can record out there. They have a jacuzzi.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Take the mic stands, and we can just record there. And I'm easily tucked into shit sometimes. Dude, that's a great idea. And I get off of work on Friday, and I'm already packed, and I'm rolling up the cords. And I was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, we're gonna go record over there. She goes, no, we're not. And I'm like, but the fans expect this. She goes, I don't give a shit. We did not pay all this money for me to watch you just get drunk in a jacuzzi. And I'm like, but I'm still going to get drunk. She goes, yeah, but you're going to get drunk with me.
Right.
Not your fans.
Right.
So I'm like, cool. So I'm like, no episode then.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, because I was going to ask on your fan question, because I was waiting for it. Now I have like a little timer, like, okay, Fridays are, fan question times. I can put in, what I want to listen to, you guys on the podcast music-wise.
That's been a great hit so far.
It's great. It's an awesome addition. And I was going to put in my question to ask you, what's a good whiskey to drink on MindBuzz? But of course, there was no fan questions, so I didn't really get to. I mean, I could have texted you, but
you could have been like, "Hey, what do you?"
I could, but I was just like, you know what? It's Monday night. I think I'll take it easy. No alcohol or no weed on this episode.
I mean, I wouldn't have said no to weed.
Right. Okay, there we go. Maybe I'll look for that 100 milligram edible. I'll probably,
Probably hits me halfway home.
Probably. Usually that happens to me. That happened to me on Ranting with Ramos.
Yeah. My wife talking about how'd it go?
Just eyes just blasted, just like, yeah.
Hey, what were you talking about? Stuff. What are we gonna say?
It's on the MindBuzz.
Tune in. She's like, you're high, and I'm like, no, I'm just tired. But no, whiskey, it depends. I mean, not to like. I usually recommend people like not to break the bank. Try to get Jack Daniels as a starter,
right?
And then you can gradually just move up.
What's your favorite?
At this moment, it's and then people think
so. It's one of those things where time of the
it depends
seasonal type of.
So like right now, because of Penny, because I do a show with him every other Wednesday called Ships. We drink Jameson. So right now it's like my go-to. Right now is Jameson, but like when I'm like by myself, I like drinking Buffalo Trace.
I was gonna pick up Buffalo Trace or what was the other one? I think it was like a Gentleman's Jack. I like bourbon too.
Oh, Gentleman's Jack. I love Gentleman's Jack.
With the Bullet. Have you tried Bullet bourbon?
I tried it once.
Mm-hmm. Too sweet.
Too sweet.
Yeah.
Maybe because the way they did the Bullet bourbon with Old Fashioned.
Oh, okay.
And
of course.
And it was just way too sweet for me. And I don't like sweet stuff.
Gotcha.
So I'm like,
yeah.
I still drank it, but I'm like,
yeah. Well, the original how Old Fashions are made, they're made with Angostura bitters and a sugar cube.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they put like a full on fucking sugar cube inside your drink.
No, they put a freaking orange peel, like an orange peel.
Oh yeah, that's the.
Probably the sugar too. I'm like,
and cherry. Not cherry, not a maraschino cherry. It's black It's a black cherry.
Yeah, but then putting red. I'm like, dude, this is a.
Oh yeah, that's
drink. I don't
way
want that
too
shit.
sweet. Yeah.
They even did a show for me. I went to this restaurant called Temple, and they did a whole show for me. Like this guy brings out a big ass glass, and to enclose it, brings a little wood pan, like a little wood thing, puts the thing there, puts a drink, the ice cube, and then he puts he starts lighting up the orange peel with the blowtorch, just blowing it up, and then he dumps it in there and he encloses it, and all that smoke's in there, and he's like, "You're gonna love this," and I'm like, I feel like you're just doing a spectacle for me, bro. Like, I just ordered an old fashioned, man. Pulls it out. I got smoke hitting my face. Like, great. I now smell like smoke. Like, I didn't want to fucking smell like smoke, but thanks, bro.
Yeah.
I literally just paid $50 to smell like smoke. Thanks. Gives it to me. He's like, I hope you like it, sir. And I'm like, oh, well, it better.
Right.
Like I said, I just finished it because I didn't want to go to waste. It was the most, like, sweetest shit I ever tasted.
Really?
And my wife's like, you don't like it? I'm like, no.
Too sweet.
Yeah. And when the guy came back, how was it, sir? And I'm like, yeah, it was all right.
Gotcha. So you're not old fashioned.
Yeah.
Just straight neat.
Yeah, and then he goes, what do you have? And I'm like, give me a Johnny Walker, just 3 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, ice? I'm like, no, I'm already mad. No ice. Just give it to me straight. Just give it to me clean. But yeah, it's usually Buffalo Trace or Johnny Walker.
Okay.
But like right now, like my go-to is just Jameson.
Jameson at this moment. Do you like picklebacks?
Kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. No shooters, just straight whiskey.
Yeah, just like enjoying it, just sipping it. Just
Those things are dangerous. Have you tried those, Amber?
No, I'm still trying to figure out what 3 fingers is.
What's like 3 shots? Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? They dip their fingers in your cup or what?
No. So you do a shots, 2 fingers, 3. A little lingo.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's the
I don't drink
it's the
enough.
amount.
Nah, that's cool, right? I know I did that in Vegas. I go, oh, can I get 3 fingers? And the guy looks at me and I'm like, can I get a triple shot? He goes, oh. I'm like, dude, really?
You asked the server or was it the bartender?
The bartender.
Really?
Yeah, it was in Vegas. Like we had
In Vegas?
Exactly. That's what pissed me off the most. We stayed at Bally's, and it was an older dude. So I thought this guy went,
come
and
on.
I go, can I get your Johnny Walker Blue? He's, can I get? And I go, can I get 3 fingers on? And he just looks at me like, what, 3 fingers? Like he probably thought the same
Is that
thing.
a thing though?
Yes, I've gone to bars out here in Hollywood. And I go, hey,
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like a North Hollywood thing or a West Hollywood thing. 3 fingers.
But the guy did offer me his number after when I said that to him.
I imagine someone like sticking 3 fingers in their mouth, like, and then sticking it in your drink. I don't know.
Stirring
why.
and shit.
Stirring it with
sure.
3 fingers. But the 3 fingers is like this. Which is the strangest thing. This is how the guy stirred my drink.
No, he didn't. Probably did. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to your guys. Yeah, he did. I'm not gonna lie to your fans. He did. But that's kind of what I go to now. But you know what the thing is? I just started getting into whiskey maybe a year and a half ago again.
Oh, okay.
Before it was just beer. Now
So were you craft beer, Jay, before?
No.
Oh, okay.
Never got into the craft beer stuff.
No, really?
No, I don't know.
There's not that many in Whittier.
No, even
in that area.
And even
actually.
then, when I would drive out to go get it, I'm like, nah.
Really?
And I feel like I started around the same time that community started going on. I started 2017, and I know that there was breweries before then, but I feel like when it peaked, when everybody who didn't have a brewery,
right?
Who wasn't going to breweries? I was one of those few that didn't go to breweries.
Okay.
Like I would go to a liquor store and this guy would have a selection and all these are low craft beers, and I'm like, okay, what do you recommend? Well, you can drink this, and I'm like, there's no science to me, bro. Like pick a freaking can and tell me which one you think. And I feel like this was like the new wine craze. When wine was a big thing in 2008 to 2014, everybody was into wine. Everybody was a wine connoisseur. Who wasn't going to Sonoma? Who wasn't going to Santa Barbara to go get these wines? And now afterwards, it was just like, dude, let's be honest, you're not a real wine connoisseur. I bet you can't taste the Edam cheese.
Yeah. I've never really been into wine, but craft beer, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I just can't get into it.
Yeah. There's one out in is it in Uptown Whittier? Bodega?
Which one?
Bodega.
Oh yeah, that was not bad. I like that one.
That one's good.
The food's good. The beer's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, she brought me a growler. I forgot what was it. Their lager?
It was I think it was called like Muerte or something like that.
Yeah, it was their Mexican lager. Yeah.
That one was really good.
I usually just stick to lagers. And then another thing too at the moment was it was pretty expensive for me at the time. I was like, I'll stick to.
They can get very expensive.
It got into expensive, especially because when we started, this was the former host was like, we got to tap into this market. So every Friday, I would go pick up a bunch of cans of craft beer. And we were drinking, and we try to review it. And I didn't know what I was talking about. I felt I was sounding stupid. I didn't know what I was talking about. So I was like, and then it kept hitting my wallet. I'm like, bro, you guys are going to pay next week. Yeah, we'll pay. They never did. And I'm like, yo, I'm spending more money on this beer. And let's be honest, I can't tell the difference here. I'm just going to go back to like Modelos and all that stuff. And like, no, keep doing. I'm like, no. But when the former host left, Escalante was like, yeah, I don't want to keep doing it. I'm like,
yeah, that was a bad idea. Why? I mean, I don't understand why we did that in the first place.
He did that to me, and I'm like, oh, really, bro? Where was your opinion when I needed it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't want to ruin the flow, and I'm like, you're a dick. Because now instead of splitting it 3 ways, we were splitting it 2 ways, and guess what? You never pitched in, so it was gonna be a 1-way split.
Right.
So we just stopped doing it, and we just started to drink regular beer.
Banquet Boys.
That's
cool.
That just came out of nowhere with Kickback Podcast.
That's where it started?
Yeah, he kicks himself in the ass because we went to go do his episode. I went to go interview him from my failed show, 2 Utes. And I didn't bring beer. And he was like, hey, I just ordered beer for us. And I'm like, oh, cool. We go to have. He goes, I have Coors Banquet. And at that time, I'm like, Coors Banquet? I'm like, only Johnny Lawrence drinks Coors Banquet. What the fuck? And he's like, yeah, I have one. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I just drank it. And I go,
they're good. They're
bad.
Really good.
Not bad. And Escalante showed up because he had his camera. And he's like, what are you drinking? And I'm like, Coors Banquet. And he gave me the same face. And I go,
don't knock it till you try it, bro.
Try it. If you don't like it, I go, I will buy this Friday's beer. He tried it and he said, oh, this is really good, right? I'm like, really great. We tanked his 12-pack he bought. And then on Friday, we went to the liquor store. And right away, we told the guy, like, hey, you guys have Coors Banquet? And he goes, yeah, all the way in the back next to, like, the 40s. I'm like, we ended up, like, buying cases of this stuff and just stocked the fridge up. Like, I don't have the pictures. That's on the old Rambling Instagram page. I got to take it down. The whole fridge was full of banquets. Really? That's how much we liked it. And that's when me and him were just drinking outside, pre-gaming it. And we're like, it's Banquet Boy summer. And then he looked at me and I was like, did we just come up with something? And we're like, yeah. And let's call ourselves the Banquet Boys then. Because then 2 weeks later, we went to Havasu and we just stocked up the cooler with all the beer in the fridge. And that's all we drank in Havasu for like a couple of days. So I was like, okay, we're Banquet Boys because that's all we're going to drink now, just banquets.
Yeah, I thought it's cool. Like even the merch that you guys have. And then plus, I think it's super underrated. That beer is super underrated. I found... There was this, I can't remember where it was, but I found it on Draft. Oh. It was somewhere in the middle of fucking nowhere. I think I was in Oregon.
That's where I had it.
Yeah, on Draft. Oh my, it was delicious.
I went to a bar with my father-in-law. We went out there for graduation, and there was no alcohol at his my sister-in-law's house. And he's like, you want a beer? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I know a bar. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. And right away, as soon as we walked in, I saw that on tap. And I'm like, I already know what I'm getting. And he was like, yeah, I was going to tell you they have it here. And I'm like, oh, I had some of those. Like, best. It was like listening to the Beatles for the first time. Yeah. Drinking it on Draft. I'm like, oh. And I just love it. It's in my house. Like, literally, it's fully stocked fridge with banquets right now.
There we go.
This is our go-to.
Miller Lite is also a go-to for me. If it's like, usually I gravitate towards craft, but if it's not craft, I've been, I'm saying this on the podcast, but I've been into ultras, actually.
Oh, that's not a bad thing. I wasn't into ultras, yeah.
Dude, you can fucking smash a whole fucking case and you're good, right? I mean, at least I think I'm okay. Right, Amber?
She's like, I don't know.
No comment.
Right? I think.
Oh, I love it.
I'm okay.
Yeah, we did that for a while too. I was doing it because I was trying to lose weight, and I remember someone told me like, oh,
it's a diet beer.
You drink some of that, and I'm like, oh, I would tank down the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, I feel good. If I good, I'm like, yeah, but I'm still getting a beer belly here, dude. Yeah. So I stopped drinking it. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Are you still doing keto?
Yeah, I don't not as religious as I used to, but yeah, I'm still doing it. I know I relapsed this weekend. I just carved out.
Okay.
So now I'm like back into it, like keto's getting my body back into keto. So the next 2 days, I'm just like hating it.
Ketosis.
Yeah,
try to get back in.
Yeah, it's
is it ketosis or ketosis?
I heard it as ketosis, but you could be wrong.
Ketosis? Can we look that up?
It's ketosis.
Ketosis,
yeah.
So, yeah, my body's gonna be like by Wednesday. I'm already cranky.
Really?
Yeah, Because it's hard to buy something, especially because I'm a delivery driver, so it's kind of hard for me to stop anywhere and get anything. So I'm usually just filling up with water.
Yeah.
Like my whole body's just water all day. Until I get home, then, you know, I have an avocado.
Do you fast a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't like eating on the road.
Okay.
There's just something about it. I don't like eating, so I just wait until I get home. So I work from 4 a.m. to like 1 o'clock, depending if nothing pops in. And I'll just go home. Like I said, I'll usually have an avocado with the tuna.
Oh.
Eat it, and then just chill out the house, work out it. And if I have an episode, then I'm just prepping for the episode.
Damn.
That's basically it. Like
That's
today.
depressing.
Yeah, it is.
That's bad.
Do you like cheese?
I fucking love it.
Have you ever made? I remember one time I was doing keto. I did it for like a week.
Mm.
You can do like shredded cheese. Put it on a plate. Right. Well, first you rub the plate with butter.
Okay.
And then you put the shredded cheese on top, pop it in the microwave for like a minute and a half.
Keto taco?
And then you just get this like crispy cheese.
My wife does the whole, she grills the cheese and then she folds it into one. And then she'll put like the deli stuff we buy. And I was like, oh, here's a little taco.
Yeah.
She does it for me because I make a mess. So if
it's like, don't make a mess in my kitchen. I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah, so I don't really touch the kitchen that much. I'm like, all right, I'm cool. I'm more of a grill guy. Like, I'm like, you tell me to grill, I'll grill, and I'm good at that. You tell me to do something in the kitchen, it's a mess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no. It's usually an avocado or tuna or just an avocado with the string cheese and a little bit of pepperoni slices. And I'll just ingest that.
I ate so
or
much.
Or just jerky.
I ate so much when I was trying to do keto. But I was working out a lot. I think that was it. Like I was working out a lot, at least twice a day. But I was like eating constantly at work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would have like coffee or like a Celsius in the morning. And I wouldn't snack, but I would have like some cheese, some, salami or whatever the hell. And then for lunch, I would eat just like a big ass salad. I felt like I ate a lot. Like I ate really good. I ate a lot better than I do now, actually. Yeah.
That's the thing I noticed about keto. Like I felt like I ate more, but for some reason my body was burning it quicker, so I was always constantly hungry.
Yes.
So I would like when I did have downtime at work, I go to freaking In-N-Out, give me a double. Don't add anything to it. Just give me the lettuce, give me the burger patties and the onion and the tomato, and I'll eat that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would eat 2 of those. And I'm like, my friends were like, dude, what the hell, there's 2? And I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. Like in an hour, I'll be hungry again. And I'd be hungry, and I'd go home and
mind your business. Don't worry about it.
And I'd get home and I'd eat the avocado.
Yeah. Did you drink Diet Coke?
No, I didn't. Are
you a big soda person or no?
I drink 1 Coke a day. Drink Coke. I don't eat.
A diet or
regular? I hate diet. I feel like diet's more sweeter than the regular Coke.
Really?
I don't know why.
It just tastes like if you would taste like white noise, that's a Diet Coke.
Really?
Like if white noise.
My wife loves them.
Really?
She buys them, and she'll think I'll help her out. I'm like, nah, it's too sweet for me.
I like Diet Pepsi.
You know what? I can probably do Diet Pepsi. Maybe my brother drinks Diet Pepsi once in a while, and once I'll sneak a drink. I'm like, let me just take it. My mouth is not parched, and I'm like, okay. But if I take a sip off my wife's Diet Coke, I'm like, oh, it's diabetic. I'm diabetes now. Mm-hmm. I'm walking around with a syringe now, dude.
I think it's that sweetener that they use, or the non-sweetener.
Yeah,
it's like sweeter, and I don't like it.
Look up aspartame. Aspartame is probably going to be the worst thing we can ever digest.
Well, here's the crazy thing. So I do the keto, and I was drinking ultras, and I felt like I was losing weight, but when I weighed myself, I weighed more. So now that I'm back, I'm doing whiskey more often now. Mm-hmm. I've lost more weight.
On whiskey? Really? You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Whiskey makes you lose weight.
Because it and the funny thing is they recommended it. When I looked it up, it says if you're drinking alcohol, try to keep Michelob Ultras or whiskey. And I drink whiskey when I do the shows, and I exercise as much as I can now.
Look, it says that it's 200 times sweeter than sugar.
Yeah, there you go. See.
So that's found in most of Diet Coke, diet drinks.
Or when they say like sugar-free shit like that, it's like...
Oh, I said it wrong. Aspartame. I said aspartame.
You guys did keto the right way. Maybe that's why I stopped. I fucking made birria and I ate it for like a whole week, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I was like, yeah, I can eat unlimited meat. And I made like this
Chivo?
huge thing. No, not the chivo, the res.
Oh.
And I was just like eating birria the whole time.
Really?
I added like bacon grease to my eggs. And
I was eating bacon every day. In the morning, I'd have bacon, in the morning and at least 2 to 3 eggs.
If my wife made breakfast in the morning and then she made more bacon, she'd leave it for me, and that's what I would eat.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly it was just tuna and avocado or deli, like salami, turkey, sliced turkey. That's what I would eat. Like I'd make a platter, be the avocados, the little deli,
Yeah.
and some cheese, and I'd just take it to the couch. I'm like eating it.
Yeah.
That would be my lunch.
Isn't it weird how like you ate so much like bacon and butter and grease and cheese and grease and fucking butter, but it's supposed to be healthy. That just blew my mind. I was eating bacon every day, and I thought that was healthy, but it worked.
Yeah,
it worked with a nice, balance. Drinking water every day, at least a gallon, probably even more if you're working out because you're sweating, right? I think one time I worked out so hard in the evening that what is the word? No, I stopped sweating. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm trying to drink water. I ran out of water at the gym. I'm on the treadmill.
Oh, shit. And
I stopped sweating. My lips started getting like really dry. I was getting cotton mouth. I was getting dizzy. And I was like, fuck, like I'm going to pass out right now.
Did you give yourself a heat exhaustion?
I stopped, and then I was like, I was dizzy. I had a headache. Like, it was just pounding. I had like a fucking pounding headache. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. So I got off the treadmill, grabbed my stuff, came home, and remember when I called you? I was like, I think I'm dehydrated. I dehydrated myself, but I had about a gallon of water all day, more than a gallon, because I had that other 40-ounce pitcher of water that I went through.
But you sweated it out.
I sweated it all out.
To the point where your body's like, dude, I have nothing for you.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing to me? Stop.
Right.
Like maybe the body was telling you stop because this is what I need to survive right now, and you're just trying to
stop.
Yeah,
you're an idiot. You need to stop. Like really, dude. You had fucking 3 pounds of bacon probably today. You had at least 5 eggs. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You need to chill, bro.
Shit.
Yeah, you gotta listen to your body. But I didn't. I just, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going.
I did that one time, and I almost collapsed at a 24-hour fitness.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad. Like to the point where like I literally could hear my inner body pumping all the blood.
Ooh.
Like that bad. Like I felt it from like the fingertips to my toes, and I was just like, I felt like I was shaking, but I wasn't shaking. And I was like, and I would try to drink water, and it was like my body was telling me to stop because I'm gonna throw it up. And everything was dizzy, and I'm like, what's going on here? Like, am I gonna die here? Like, and literally, I had to like jump into the shower with my clothes on and just put it as cold as I could.
Oh yeah.
And it was just until my body like literally like, and then like I'd feel my body stop like.
Yeah.
And I felt better, and I told my wife, she's like, "What the hell? What'd you do?" I'm like, "All I did was get on the stupid treadmill and went as fast as I can." And she goes, "Wait, but what did you do prior to that?" "Oh, I was just lifting weights and I was doing this, doing that." And because I've learned now, like I gotta work smarter now, not harder. Especially the older I'm getting.
Right.
But a couple of years ago, I was working out like I was in my 20s. That's how I was having these little, almost like, I don't want to say hot flashes. That was because I'm telling you, like my body just fucking, like I got hot, but then I got cold, and I can feel like
you worked out so much, you put yourself through menopause.
Basically.
Right. How do you do that?
I don't know. But maybe I should try to replicate that then.
Yeah.
That should be like an episode on Patreon, like Whiskey J tries to replicate menopause. Manopause.
Manopause. I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
You should do it.
I'm gonna do it. Now, if I die, this would be my only confession to why I did it.
There we go.
Yeah, you got
There's the confession.
There you go.
All right.
I did it for the gram. I did it for the Patreon.
So why did you guys take so long to get on Patreon? This is my thing. Let me give you like a little rant why I feel like, and you've been doing this for a very long. 6 years is a really, that's pretty good. That's a long time, longer than I've ever talked to anybody doing a podcast. In perspective, I've talked to a lot of podcasters. I've had many chats with a lot, and none of them have been that longevity that I've come to know you about. But I feel like a lot of podcasts that start, they right away go into Patreon. Like, it's, to me, I haven't seen, and I still don't, I don't see myself jumping into Patreon. So like from your perspective, after 6 years, right?
Yeah.
Like how, like why now?
It took me a while to get into this one
Mhm.
because before I was always like, no, I'm not going to charge fans. I've done it for free. I'm going to keep doing it for free. But I feel like there comes a point where you have to do it. I never wanted to do this as a mean of income. I wanted it just to have fun. And when I started podcasting, it wasn't with the idea of like, I'm going to make all this money. I'm going to sell merch. It was just like, I just want to give my voice out because I know there's someone out there that probably thinks the same way or just is going to get a kick about what I say. And I gave it out for free. And now at this stage, I'm looking at it like, okay, cool. We want to keep doing this. We see ourselves doing more of this stuff. We're funding this already. I think, after 6 years, I think it's a little bit more than fair. I'm not asking the fans to like pay for an entire trip, but just like put you in a small portion. They already do it with the merch, which I'm very thankful for. That's why I've been able to upgrade equipment. I think moving into like some people go, hey, well, we want to see video. I see your guys' setup. This isn't cheap.
No.
And I think I don't think it's selfish of me to ask the fans for a small portion to help us out to do this. That's why Ramos does it. Like this isn't cheap. This isn't like it started as a hobby for us, and I know it did for you probably, but then it evolves. It becomes like a thing where like, okay,
I'm obsessed, by the way.
I'm obsessed.
This is an obsession.
To me, it is upsetting. Like, I can't stop thinking about podcasting. I'm always excited when I do another podcast, or even of the excitement of listening to another podcast. I love it. I love the game. Love the whole aspect of this. And so when someone told me, "Why don't you do Patreon?" and I told him, "Well, it's because I don't want to charge him. It's free." And he goes, "You're not asking for $100. I think you're reasonable when it comes down to a certain pricing. Why can't you just be reasonable when it comes down to doing certain content? Give them something that they're gonna like, and if they don't like it, oh well, we'll go back. What's the harm of you going in there and saying, hey, for X amount of money once a month, we're gonna give you a list of all the stuff we're gonna do, and if people subscribe it, they do, and if they don't, oh well, you're not tied to a contract. You're not tying them to a contract. Right. Just give it a try. What's the worst that can happen?" And he kind of threw it out there. Look what you did with the merch. You didn't want to charge people for merch. You wanted to give it out for free because that was my mentality at the time. Like, no, why am I gonna? No one's gonna want to pay for this.
What does that sound like?
Like you.
No one's gonna want to pay. No one's gonna want to wear my stupid logo. Right. No one's gonna wear my hat. I'm gonna give it out for free. I'll make it and I'll give it out for free. And he's Alan the lawyer. Everyone who listens to the show, Alan the lawyer, talked me into like, dude, solid. If someone buys it, that's great. If no one buys it, then you know not to do it again to you. How do you know you're gonna fail if you haven't tried? And he's been right. So I took his advice with Patreon. Like, he goes, just do it. Just put up a game plan of what shows you're gonna put out on Patreon. Execute them the first month. If you don't see nothing, then you don't keep putting it out. If people start complaining, going, well, what happened to that Patreon episode? Well, fuck, you didn't subscribe. What the fuck do you expect?
Right.
And that's kind of now my mentality going into Patreon is I'm gonna give it a try. If I fail, I fail. Because I don't see, like, I think I said it in I forgot what podcast. I don't measure success on Instagram followers or downloads. I'm having fun. That to me is successful. I'm still having fun. A couple years ago, I wasn't having fun. I hated doing podcasting. And that had to do with the whole fucking situation I went through. Like, I just hated it. I didn't want nothing to do with it. I wanted to quit. I wanted to give it up. And then I found the newfound love for it. And now I know why I still love it. So to me, that's the measure of me being a successful podcaster for 6 years. I love what I do. And it shows on my content. Because anybody can just grab a camera or a microphone and be like, I'm going to say something. But for doing it for 6 years and still loving it. Consistently, that's success. Because, I know that you probably are looking at it like, you look at it as like, you love this. And I can tell you love this when I listen to your episodes. You're not just here going, I'm just going to sit down and let them ramble. Right. You're conversating, you're bringing content to people that have never heard about certain artists or certain other podcasters. You're giving an avenue to people. And you're still doing it. If you didn't care, you just bring any Joe Schmo in here. Right. You're about that old lady that threatened to tow my car away right now just to bring content. I kind of want to now. Yeah, after they tell her, hey, did you really threaten Whiskey J with towing his car away? No, but there's certain podcasters, they just bring any person on. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to cut you off, but after a couple of
I call it being stranded without a guest, because this is a guest oriented show, and it's hard. I mean, there's some strategy that I have to take to account to bring people on the show, and it's not easy.
And I respect it. That's why I never did. Although I never continued doing my other show where I wanted to do something like you. I was like, hell no. Like, it's hard work. It's a lot. I respect you and everyone else who does this, because your show is based on the guests. Mm-hmm. If you don't have guests, what are you gonna do?
Right.
But you find, ways to bring them and make it interesting. That's what I like about it, because I can tell you're interested. You're not just bringing them on because, well, X, so-and-so has X amount of followers. Or, you know what? If I bring this person and they succeed, I'll succeed because I had them here first. It's more like you're just curious about conversating with them, getting to know them.
Absolutely.
And just having a good time.
Having a good time, yeah.
That's what I like about that. And that's what, to me, is genuine about this show. And all the shows that I listen to, it's just, you can tell they're having a good time. They're not just doing it as a means to, like, I want to be Joe Rogan after this. Like, my goal is to be Joe Rogan. No. My goal is to be me.
Absolutely.
And have a good time, and until the wheels fall off. Who knows? Maybe next year, people get tired and fed up with my shows. So be it. At least I had a long stretch and enough content that my kids, will listen to this and be like, damn, daddy or grandpa was a drunk. Damn, he was a belligerent.
Yeah.
He said nonsense. Nothing made sense. Now I know why mom left him. I know why he lives in Skid Row. That's what I want, dude.
Yeah, well, my main goal is to get Yuli into that Texas outfit. I think that's my main goal.
I think that's everyone's goal now.
Yeah.
That's everyone's goal now.
Absolutely. So the link is down in the show description. So please.
You're really going to do it?
I'm really going to do it. Yeah, we still have that tab open, right?
Can you send me that link so when Friday's episode shows up, I can also put that in my description?
Absolutely.
And have people actually...
We got to do it. We got to set up a GoFundMe account.
He would hate us so bad.
Okay.
And also love the content for it too.
Oh, yeah, come on. We got to do it.
Come on. Do it.
Yuli, we're going to do it. So, Whiskey J.
Us.
This was effing fantastic, man.
Is it, man?
I think so. Fucking hell of a time, bro. Thanks.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
For stopping by.
Thank you. Can you guys give me a ride home, though? Because I really do think that old lady towed my picture.
Dude, yeah. I went over there. She looked really...
She looked adamant that she was about to tell my shit.
Some lady across the street.
Yeah, she was adamant. So I'm going to have to... instead of giving $1 a day for Yuli, can you give me $1?
We'll start two.
To get his car out of the impound.
Yes, please.
Get out of the Chino impound.
Yeah, it's in Chino specifically, too. No offense to that.
So let us know where we can find your stuff.
You guys can find the Rambling Alcoholics podcast on Spotify, any podcast platforms, or on Instagram. And right, you got the link for the link tree for the whole Rambling Network, which is the Rambling Alcoholics podcast, Cleaning the Table with Miss Kitty, which is my wife's show, the Jay and Barry Boxing podcast, Geek and Geek Out. Damn, I don't even know my own shows right now. Mr. Lou's Music and Movie Reviews, Fever on the Pitch Soccer podcast, Boom 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 Storytime. I haven't updated, but we also got Ships, the podcast as well, too. So we have a bunch of good shows on iTunes and all podcast platforms, and also on YouTube, too. So you guys can watch Jay and Barry Boxing podcast with your Fight Club and Ships.
Boom.
Bam. Boom goes dynamite.
Boom goes... Was that what you said at the beginning?
Yeah.
Was it?
I think that if there's a title for this episode, boom goes dynamite.
Okay.
If there's a title.
Gotcha.
If not, it's just Jaime, a.k.a. government name, Whiskey J.
We can do that. So all the links to Whiskey J's stuff on the Rambling Network are in the show description, along with Yuli's future Texas get up. So there you go.
That should be his new avenue. Like, let's pay Yuli to dress up like a Texan. That's how you brand them. Just let him... just do that.
That was it. So
the Mind Buzz.
Thanks, bro. I really appreciate
that was it. Bye, everybody. Are you gonna do it or not?
Bye. All right, stop it.
Yeah.